right, Canada's Transportation Safety Board is releasing its preliminary report now into that fiery plane crash in Toronto. You remember the video. Well, the initial findings are giving some insight now into what happened when that Delta Airlines plane crash landed last month. Transportation correspondent Gio Benita is joining us now. So, Gio, what are we learning from this report?
So, Kira, one of the biggest points here that they are making, that investigators are looking at, is the speed at which that plane was coming in for a landing. It was going very, very fast. So by the time it actually touched down and hit, we learned that the right landing gear actually collapsed. And we saw in that video that explosion with the wing just ripping off. The question right now is also, why was that wing so low? Because sometimes we have seen landing gear collapse, but you don't see a wing ripping off like that and then the plane flipping over. In this case, it did, and it looks like maybe that wing was too low. So there were a slew of issues that were happening, but that speed is going to be central here because there was an alert. There was an alert that the pilots got that basically said, hey, you're coming in for a dangerous descent here. This is too dangerous. Something has to change. And clearly, whatever happened didn't change. The good news, though, is that still nobody died in this crash. And that's just unbelievable when you look at these images, when you look at those flames around that fuselage and the smoke billowing out of it. It's pretty incredible that nobody died there.
Yeah, it sure is. And I know we're learning more about the plane's pilots as well. What do you know, Gio?
Yeah, so we know that one of these pilots was hired by Endeavour Air back in January 2024, so just over a year ago, and really has been flying since that time. So it's not that the pilot wasn't qualified, but the pilot was certainly inexperienced when you look at other pilots. Now, we're looking also at the hours at which that pilot was flying, and the total flying time was under 1,500 hours. And that is the limit for the FAA. So to be certified for commercial aviation, you need to have 1,500 hours. The difference here is that that particular pilot had a special aviation degree, so they made an exception, Kira.
Gio Benitez, appreciate it. Thank you. We'll be right back. More news straight ahead.